What's up, everybody? This is Jay, and this is my recap for P Valley episode 7, Last Call for Alcohol. Now, this is the next to last episode of the season, and things are starting to get real close to the end for the Pynk. And we'll see what happens in this episode, where what's going down, which is leading to the season finale. That looks like it's going to be a lot of drama going on in the season finale. So let's get into it. When this episode starts off, we see that Autumn is dancing, smiling, and she dancing for some dude, and he's smiling. They got a little baby involved. Everything seemed great, and then we realize, of course, that she dreaming and that it wasn't really happening right then. And then we see that she not only dreaming, but that she in her little raggedy apartment looking out the window, and she sees some kids and stuff, and it's making her feel a certain way because we all have seen throughout this season that she got some type of missing kid. Now we see that Uncle Clifford plan is to get Miss Patrice to get all churchified and help rally up people to boycott the casino. And then we see that now nephew then got them the little lease agreement, and they pissed because they wanted the millions. And so he's like, look, your brother already signed it, and he ain't had to have a gun to his head. So they pissed. They talking about, hey, after this this casino done, we gonna be looking for a new mayor. And so he pissed. He like, man, what are you doing? Why did you do this? He said, man, he said, I'm doing what's best for the city. He like, oh, best for the city or best for you? Don't forget, you gotta go get your grand opening for the Tydale Ruffin Park. He say, man, what is wrong with you? Don't you understand? He said, boy, you better get up off your knees. That pissed him off, and he went off on a rant. Excellent acting right here. And he was telling him, hey, look, while you talking all this, I was the one that had to drink from separate water fountains and go live through Jim Crow. And you the one didn't. And while you saying all this stuff, I'm the one that helped pay for your college education. Then we see that she comes in and tells him that we ain't gonna be able to go to the ribbon cutting. And then he see this mess going on, and he like, man, could you get your stick out my ass, please? I mean, Isaiah Washington playing his ass off in this role. Meanwhile, we see Mercedes, and she waiting in line, and then she see on the news what's going on, and Uncle Cliff is lined up with Patrice, and she pissed and cussed out one of the other girls in line. Meanwhile, we see that Autumn, she ready to roll. She getting ready to get in the rusty road master. Even old boy say, I don't think that's gonna make it. Meanwhile, we see that this boy done got whooped for Corbin that got whooped for signing that, and he like, I was gonna ask you for some money. He say, oh, I ain't got no money for no Pynk. And he say, why you out there protesting? You know how them. And then he said the N-word with a hard ER. He like, hey, look, your white side coming out of you. And this dude eye had a whole nother eye growing up out of it. I mean, he looked horrible. And Uncle Cliff say, don't you ever come back to the Pynk, okay? Meanwhile, we see Lil Murder trying to rap. He messing up. He looking stupid. They like, man, how we gonna do this? It's gonna be almost time. And so she pulled him to the side trying to talk to him about stage fright. And this is the craziest thing I ever saw. She gonna make him get butt naked like a stripper, talking about, now when you on that stage and I be worried, I soon them lies hit, it's showtime. And this dude dancing around butt naked rapping. I don't know what was that all about. Meanwhile, we see Archie Bunker, Sheriff Bunker come, and Uncle Clifford was about to give him a little money under the table. He like, I can't take that. Now the mayor said you can't have no exposed breasts with alcohol. He like, well, how I'm supposed to make some money? He say, look, I don't know, but that's the law. I don't know. And he said, well, if I'm going down, I ain't gonna be the only one slobbing on Bob. And then while he leaving, he see Hailey walking into the club, and he say, he see the little wanted poster. Man, we don't know what he did, though. Now, once Uncle Clifford go in his office, Mercedes in there waiting, scared him half to death. Big L, where are you on security? And so now they start talking. She like, what you doing with Patrice Woodbine? He like, well, my mouth is big, but your mama's mouth is bigger. And we trying to keep the Pynk. And so she pissed, but then she pretty much understand. And he say, look, you gonna let it down. I don't know what to do. Ain't no unemployment or no orphanage for no hoes. And what you gonna do? You gonna let them girls down? Who gonna hire Big L? Big L scary. I'm scared to hire Big L. And so he said, don't let me close without my bottom bitch. You come down and you come with us. And so she basically feel a little bad, a little guilty. So she go and hang with the girls and the crew. And she see the little Spanish mommy. She says, oh, hi, mommy. You buy there, fantasma. She said, no, it's not no ghost. She said, I want to get something that make it look like the world and bust all over my body. Oh, mommy, I know what you want. I gonna give it for you. And so then she see everybody give a little look right quick to Autumn Night. Next thing you know, they break it off upstairs and they exchanging money. And then she give her a little extra money. She like, what's this? She like, hey, that's just a little extra. You need a little extra for your stuff. She like, look, I did 10 G's worth of work. That's all I need. Don't worry about that. And so she gave her the extra 10 back. And she say, all right, well, it's about over. Meanwhile, we see he done went there. They done tore up his park, wrote sell out on it, all kind of stuff. And he said, boy, when this casino is over, I am done with you. Meanwhile, we see Uncle Clifford trying to give some type of pep talk mixed with a prayer. I don't know which one it was more of, telling them, nah, rule 25.99, ain't no crying in the Pynk. And so Mercedes like, yeah, we don't need to show them breasts. We just got to make them think they did see him. And he say, you better listen to my bottom bitch. Yeah, Maya, you know it's going to be good. Yeah. And so he said, you know, we gonna have to close it down. It's gonna be people trying to get in here. Make sure you wear your walkie-talkie. And say, all right, no problem, Uncle Cliffy. And so next thing you know, he told everybody, all right, we gonna make sure that tonight there's gonna be a night to remember, and we gonna get that Skrilla. And so this dude is the craziest mess. So they all put their little hands in or whatever, like they a little team, and they go ahead and getting ready for tonight, getting hyped up. Meanwhile, we see that little murder then pulled Uncle Clifford to the side. Uncle Clifford got on his like WWE wrestler gold shirt on or something, and he like, look, I gotta show you the stars. So now they in the damn car. He's smoking time. I want to show you the star. He like, so what you doing over here? What we supposed to be doing? And he said, nobody got time for that. And next thing you know, he start sipping on a little moonshine and putting his hand on his Polish, and then they zoomed out right on time, and you just see a steamy hoopty right around the corner from the Pynk. Meanwhile, we see she, oh my, I don't know what they're going to do. I can't work in this casino. So yeah, I ain't trying to work in no dentist office. Girl, yeah, I mean, for real, what we gonna do? And meanwhile, we see Keyshawn trying to get ready, and she ain't got the right little makeup for her arm. It's all bruised up, and she going, yeah, man, I got something for you, homie. I put it on you. And then the Gidget talking about, I don't know why she just don't leave. And Autumn say that's when they want to kill you the most. You speaking like you know. Man, she ain't say nothing, it just looked. Meanwhile, she done text Andre talking about one last dance because Mercedes convinced her to say goodbye while they was upstairs talking. So then we see that Miss Mississippi is out there stressing, and we see that Diamond, she telling him, I think I done bit off more than I could chew. He take off his little chain. What's this? That there for love. You know, my boy, he get to me when he blew up his wolf. There he had the good look, because he died, boy. He died saving me. And then he was about to kiss her, but then next thing you know, Gidget busts in, and they ain't finished their little smooch. And so then they had to play it off or whatever, and he's all right there, I see you later. Meanwhile, we see it's about to be packed at the Pynk. Everybody, man, they all here to see Lil Murder. It's like, yeah, man, these girls, everybody, he like, man, go on back, little dude. And so Diamond holding it down. They come, he let him in. He like, what up, Drake? He like, man, get your ass in there before I tell you bye-bye. Then Keyshawn dude come. He like, man, where you supposed to be babysitting? But get your ass in the back of the line. Then we see Joe Cool come in. He like, oh, okay, what this right here? Oh, okay, you packing some contraband, huh? All right. Well, go ahead. You come over here. Make sure you sign that petition, though. Next thing you know, here come Andre. They like, oh no, Big L, don't let him in. He like, no, man, the door my area. I say he come in, but he need to sign that petition. And they like, what? They say, yeah, no John Hancock, and no, you know what I'm talking about. So he wanted to see Hailey. He signed that petition. Meanwhile, we see Lil Murder and his agent is back there on the phone, and then he see him coming creeping out the woods with, Uncle Cliff. Now, means inside we see that Keyshawn's dude is getting cussed out by Gidget, and he basically calling her trailer park trash and stuff. And she talking about, I'm gonna take Keyshawn and she can move in with me. He like, Keyshawn never move in with you. And he moved his hand like he was gonna hit her, but he had $1 in it, and then he stuffed it in her shirt. And that pissed her off real bad, so she was about to go walk over there and confront him, but then they cut, so we don't see what she did. And we see that Hailey is sitting there dancing, and she turned around. Sure enough, there was Andre with a bottle and 2 glasses. So then they cut to them inside. They inside the damn VIP doing their thing, and then his phone keep ringing. So while the phone is ringing, he's just thinking about her, and she like, look, you better get that phone. It'd be emergency. He like, man, don't worry about that phone. And then she just pick it up and answer it for him, and it was his wife. And he like, she like, where you at? I'm at my place. No, you ain't. And next thing you know, he had to put the Polish back in the package, and then it was about to be over with for him. And she like, see you later, Andre. And so later outside, Lil Murder, he getting dressed, getting ready, and then his manager confront him. He like, man, what you doing over there? I did the dark, man. You scared me. He say, hey, look, man, what's up, man? Why you got all the girls and stuff, man, and you out there with him? You said it was a one time. It was. Hey, man, they say you catch your feelings. You can't help it. But what you can help is what people know. So let's don't get in front of this paper. Meanwhile, Andre come to the hotel. Where you been? I've been here. What you been doing? He like, look, just shut up, okay? She like, what? He like, yeah, shut up. Then he grab her, and she like, what you doing? Take your dress off. I don't want to. Next thing you know, he go ahead and get a taste of taco. She like, oh, what you doing? Next thing you know, he giving the Polish that he was about to give Hailey to his wife. She like, ooh. You miss me? No. Meanwhile, we see Mercedes. She got a little outfit on. Then she looking for the baller in the crowd. She find old GQ Smooth. She put her arm around him like, hey, how you doing? He take the arm off. He like, I'm good. Give her a stack. He like, I got my eye on somebody else. But thanks anyway. So she like, damn, he gave me a stack just to go away. And she like, okay, well, who you want? And he point to Autumn, and she like, oh, my girl, okay, I got you. So she thinking this is, a good deal. So she calling Autumn to come over there. She happy. Autumn coming over there happy, thinking, okay, what's good? And while she walking over there, they got it edited in slow motion, which is really good because you get to see the drama on the actors' faces. So you can see that Mercedes was happy, thinking she got a come up. And as soon as Autumn got there, she was like stone faced. And then the coach came. Mercedes kind of picked up on the end, maybe something wrong, but coach distracting her. He trying to talk. She trying to see what's up. And so she like, look, you got 10 stacks. And then next thing you know, we see Lil Murder, and this is in slow motion, and we see him like with the nerves and getting ready to go on stage. And then at the same time, they edit and cut between Hailey and the nerves and going back to the back with this dude GQ. And so we see him, and it's just like slow build up, and we see the emotions and everything that they go through. And it's really interesting how they did that with the editing and the camera work and the color, and from the blue to red. And she like, I think I shot you. He like, yeah, not good enough. Where's my money, Hailey? And then it just like fade out with him in her eye. And I mean, that was kind of cool editing right there. Now it's time for real talk. Now, I like this episode. It was pretty interesting. They had a little bit too much man meat hanging around, but other than that, which was something, I really liked Isaiah Washington this episode. I mean, he had a hell of a role. He did great acting. He came with some truth that a lot of young people today seem not to know or forgot about the history of Jim Crow and segregation and redlining and housing districts and things. And just like Andre was trying to make it seem as if he didn't care about his people or whatever the case, Andre didn't understand all the things that had to be done and things that people had to overcome. And a lot of people like to say, look at the end result and then blame somebody, but they don't look at how that person got to that place. So I think that was good for them to put that in the episode and kind of let people know, hey man, don't forget, there's a lot of things that happen to get people to where they are. I think another thing is that Diamond is gonna probably put some hands on Keyshawn Dude in this episode, especially if Gidget tries to confront him, which it looked like she was about to do. We just won't find out to the next episode. And if he puts some hands on Gidget, then that's gonna give Diamond the perfect excuse to put the beat down on his ass. Hey, what you gotta do, old dead boy? I beg them good luck. I mean, Diamond sounds so country. I mean, it's funny to me, but anyway, he real cool. It seemed like he really liked Keyshawn. And another thing, Andre, his wife, she just don't know how close she was to him cheating. I mean, I guess basically he been cheating on her anyway. And then what's up? What is Hailey gonna do now? The dude that's found her, we see in the clip for the next episode, she talking about enough people done died for this money, and she ended up talking about I shot you, and he like not good enough. So does she have a kid with this dude? And what happened? He said, where my money? So she been taking all that money that was his that she been taking. And so we'll see what happened. He can't kill her inside the Pynk, because if he did, how would he get out of there? Besides, Diamond took his weapon, but he could choke and strangle her and things as well. So we'll see what happens. Now it's time to give it a Moscow. As far as the visuals and cinematography, I like the colors and the cinematography that was used in this episode. I like how it looked in there when they were doing the slow motion, and also just the overall look of the show in the episode was pretty good considering what they have. And I give it a 20. As far as storyline and plot, the storyline is getting pretty interesting, and the plot is starting to be I want to see what happens now that they found this dude, and I like the build up. I'm interested in a couple things that's going on with Lil Murder, and how is he going to get found out or what. So the storyline and plot so far so good. I'm going to give that a 20 as well. Special effects, makeup, they make Uncle Clifford, I don't know, man, but they sure do make him look like a character. And all the other outfits and things the girls wear and stuff, I mean, it is good for the show and what they trying to portray in that area. So I would give that as well probably about 18. And entertaining and fun factor, this is pretty entertaining episode. This is an entertaining show overall. I think that this episode, although it had a couple moments that I kind of got a little queasy on, overall it was entertaining, and I give it an 18 as well, for a total score of 78, which is pretty good. And I'm looking forward to the season finale, episode 8, and how it all turns out. Now, I'm looking forward to your comments. What did you all think of this episode? Let me know down below, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.